So turn up the volume, please.
It really feels good to be back.
Abba.
I've been cheated by you since I don't know when.
Sweden's greatest export.
Mamma mia. If you change your mind, take a chance. I'm the first in line.
Abba are obviously very big business.
Have a t-shirt.
Monday, Monday, Monday.
I like it.
Well, I could dance with you, honey.
It's fantastic to be on stage.
Hello. Their very first American tour.
Knowing me, knowing you.
Record break.
My man had fallen loose. Oh, ring, ring, why don't you give me a Chiquitita, you and I know all the heartaches still in the sky. Shining above you.
Dancing Queen.
This
was the most orgasmic moment of my life.
the dancing queen.
We will not be your regular museum. It's not only glass monitors with old stuff. It's lots of new stuff and interactive digital stuff also. I'll show you in a while. This is a picture of the house located on Djurgården in Stockholm, Sweden. Djurgården is a small island in the center of Stockholm. This house was built during the last 10 months. So it has not been there before, it's completely new. In the house is Abba the museum, but there's also other things to explore and see and watch and experience in the house. The house is actually called the Swedish Music Hall of Fame, and many of you know that Abba paved the road for lots of other Swedish artists, songwriters and musicians in the world. And the house is a celebration of the Swedish popular music history. We will greet you and hope that you will be interested to walk in with some kind of excitement, but we will try to make you walk out and dance out extremely excited. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yes, I got involved in this about a year ago. That's when it dawned on me that this museum about myself and my friends in Abba was to be, you know, at my doorstep in my hometown. And I realized I have to get involved. I want to make certain that this becomes as you know, as good as it possibly could. And the first thing I did was to talk to Catherine Johnson, who is the scriptwriter of Mamma Mia, the show and the movie. Because I wanted her involved in telling the story about us. Because I wanted, you know, to be a narrative in itself, which would be interesting to people. And we decided, she and I, to have an audio guide that is, you know, the gadget that you take to your ear and you listen to while going through a museum. And in this audio guide, we decided that the four of us, members of Abba, should tell the story about ourselves. And this is quite unique, I think. I don't think any other museum would have that. Sometimes it goes very, very personal. What happened was that Catherine interviewed the four of us separately at length, and then she wrote a kind of a script with our own words. And then when we recorded that, sometimes separately, but sometimes also like Agneta and I. Agneta is the one that I was married to, the blonde one. Agneta and I did a scene together, which was about when we first met, and that was kind of, you know, strange in a way, but it's I can say that it gets more personal and closer to us than ever before.
There's another story you're telling in the audio guide I think is quite fascinating. It's the story about when you met Benny and Benny met you the first time.
Yes. The two of us met, imagine this, back in 1966. And we've been working together ever since. And we tell the story about what it was like when we met. We met outside a gig in the south of Sweden. His group was coming out of the gig, mine was going in, and we stopped the cars and we met for the first time. And that is in the museum as well. The outfits, I mean, Abba are now famous for the crazy outfits. But the truth is that everyone during that period, that was the glam rock era, almost everyone had strange outfits like that. But we're the only ones who were known for it. And the simple reason why we had such outfits was that we wanted to look as outrageous as possible. And we never took it quite, you know, seriously. It was great fun dressing up like that. And but one thing that we took seriously was the music. And I think you can hear that, and I think that's why I'm sitting here today.
Another thing that you will see in the museum is you will get the opportunity to sit in this helicopter and having a photo taken of you, and it will look like you are one of the four on that album cover.
Yeah, and there are a lot of interactive things like that.
Exactly. So can you tell me a little bit more about some of the interactive stuff?
Yes, absolutely. We thought, you know, telling the story of Abba is one thing, but you're supposed to have fun in there as well, which is very important. And you should be able to bring your children and so forth. So there's a lot of interactivity going on. Like, for instance, you can walk on stage and appear together with the four of us. You're standing on stage and you have me on your right-hand side and Agneta on your left. And when you leave the museum, you will have that in your iPhone or on your own homepage, right?
Exactly, because this is an important part. When you grab your tickets to Abba the Museum, it's complete with a barcode. And that barcode is connected to your personal Abba homepage. So each and every visitor will get a personal Abba homepage, which contains the things that you do in the museum.
You can try our outfits virtually, and you can dance in a video.
Yes.
And you can also, in the studio, you can record yourself singing one of our songs.
Yes, you can sing
and
along.
All of it you get on your homepage, where we talk about breaking up. Not only breaking up the group, but also the breaking up of the marriages. So we touch upon that too, and it's very personal, and it's the four of us telling that story. And that is just before the end, of course, of the flow in the story.
And there is a dance floor. Is that your ordinary dance floor in Abba the Museum?
No, it's a fantastic dance floor that we have towards the end. Where it's screens in the floor with a glass above them, and on that floor you can show a video or almost anything.